Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Thompson. I'm Karen Thompson, a former hospital food service director dietitian, retired family consumer science teacher, and cook. Today we are making black and white scones two ways. I'm going to really reduce the fat and see how that works. Plus, I'm going to make my traditional recipe. I'll go real fast on it, so if you need more detailed instructions, I'd suggest hitting YouTube, Cooking with Mrs. Thompson, and looking up the cranberry white chocolate scones. The instructions are much more detailed. So let's get started. Traditional. In this bowl, I have 2.5 cups of flour. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to give that a whisk. And set aside. Reduced fat version. This will be really, really reduced fat. We will have to increase the sugar just ever so slightly, and we'll see which we like better and what we get. We're starting with 3 cups of flour, again, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 cup of sugar. We will give this a whisk. Let's get our wet ingredients ready. For the reduced calorie version, I've got 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. The particular yogurt I'm using is the one I eat for breakfast every morning. It's the high calorie Chobani. I am using the vanilla flavored because it's what I have, and it's got some stevia in it, so it's a little bit sweet. It shouldn't affect the product at all. So, 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. Wet ingredients over here, 1 cup of half and half, and this is literally half and half. I had heavy cream left from another recipe, so there's 1/2 cup of that with 1/2 cup of low-fat milk. To that, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla and 1 egg. I'm just going to whisk it to combine the egg. The traditional scone requires one little kind of extra step that's no big deal. I have 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter that I started with a frozen stick and I grated it. So I'm going to add that, and I'm just going to take my lovely clean hands and try to coat all this butter with the flour. If you grate it, it just goes into solution a lot easier. Guess what else I used to teach? Chemistry. Talking about solutions and solutes and all that fun stuff. The butter is combined with my flour mixture. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll continue. So let's hit the black and white part of this recipe. Each recipe is getting roughly 3/4 cup of white chocolate chips. Just going to add those in. I don't even need to stir them. The next part of the recipe is the black part of the black and white scone. The berry fairy also visited my house in addition to the flower fairy and brought me some amazing black raspberries. These are wild, and she picked them and brought them. I froze these. I had them single layer in the freezer. You really want to use a frozen berry. They're so juicy. If I didn't and I tried to stir them in, they're going to break down immediately. And I want them to stay intact, and I don't want my entire recipe to be the color of the berry. So they should stay intact a little better. I've got about 2 cups, and I'm simply going to divide it by my 2 recipes. These things are so good. I've got another recipe in the freezer or the refrigerator. Won't be done until tomorrow, though. All right. So my berries are in. Now for the wet ingredients. I'll start with this one. I'm going to add my wet mixture and stir. Key is do not over combine these. And those wet or the frozen berries. It's just going to help everything stay like it's supposed to. Of course, I'm probably going to need to get in here with my hands. So let me get all of that off. And I'm just going to bring it in. Trying my best not to overmix these. Oh, can you see how the color is starting to bleed? I'm going to call it mixed. So this I'm going to turn out onto a parchment lined baking dish. Looks a bit like a crumbly mess right now, but it's a really good recipe. So I'm just going to pat this into a circle roughly inch to an inch and a half thick. All right, let me wash up, be right back. With a bench scraper, I'm going to cut this into 8 pieces. I cut them into 8 pieces and then I slid a knife under and kind of pulled them apart a little bit. You don't have to do that, but it will make them bake faster and give a nice little browning action between the layers. These are going to go into a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in. All right, let's make the reduced fat version. I did put these back into the refrigerator to help keep everything nice and frozen and cold. So I'm just mixing this all to combine, and I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt and stir. Again, try not to overmix these. Got to get my hands in there. It just wasn't coming together like I would like for it to. So I've added another 1/2 cup of yogurt. So that's going to bring it to 2 cups of Greek yogurt. Can you see how it's now holding together better? All right. Again, onto a parchment lined baking sheet. So again, I'm going to attempt to pat this out into about a 1 inch to 1.5 inch circle. You can tell the more I work with this dough, the more the black raspberries are kind of breaking down. So I'm just trying to keep it to a minimum, but it's not working so well. Let me wash my hands and we'll divide it. Again, I'm going to divide with my bench scraper. I think I'm going to go 12 pieces. This was more flour and more liquid. I've got them divided. This one I did into 12 because it would have been too big to divide into 8. These 2 are going to go into a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Be right back. The scones are out of the oven. They cooked for roughly 26 minutes, each one actually, 350. My oven cooks a little slow. This is the one with butter, and this is the one with the yogurt. I let them cool. I put a glaze on them that consisted of about 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of milk. Mixed it up, poured it over, and then let them cool completely. So let's try it. I know the colors of these are vastly different, and that's just because this one was worked a little longer to get everything incorporated, but it shouldn't affect the flavor at all. So let's give them a try. I'm going to try the yogurt one first. It's very good. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I would put my name on it. And let's try the butter one. Texture is a little bit different. I can actually pick up the butter in it. For the calorie savings, I think I'd go with the yogurt one. If you're wanting to impress your friends, they're both good. There's, it's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. Significantly less calories. It doesn't have the half and half in it. It doesn't have any butter in it. It was made with high protein Greek yogurt. The only fat in it's from the cup of chips. So it's really quite a good option. Oh, I wanted to get my daughter in here. Krista, we'll have her try them and see what she thinks. Here. This is my youngest daughter, Krista. So I'm not going to tell you which is which, but tell me which one you like better.
Okay.
What do you think?
They're both good.
They're both good. Do you have one that you like better than the other? I mean, look at it visually. Which one do you think looks the best?
I don't know. Oh, this one. I like this one.
That's the butter
It
one.
looks more like a scone.
Look, it does look, well, probably because I overmixed a little bit.
Oh.
So there you have it. They're both good. This one is slightly better. So please leave us a comment, like, share, follow. Cooking with Mrs. Thompson. And y'all have a great day.